Hello and welcome to another episode of Glory of Golden State Gaming. I'm your host Swamp Swimmer, and with me, not as always, Ben from Seattle. How's it going, Ben?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Good. Glad to be on.
So today's a special day. The release of the Hobgoblin Supplemental Book has come out, and we are going to take a quick peek at this. I haven't looked at anything in the book yet. Have you looked at it at all?
No, I didn't even know it was coming out.
All right, well, here we go. We're going to dive right into it and see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what this is about.
Let's get a little music going here, get a little atmosphere.
Yeah, I saw they were releasing a book. I didn't know, I had no idea what it was.
I heard some small tidbits about it on like a couple podcasts I listened to, but I don't have a whole big sense of what's going on. So, nice little piece of art on the front here. Is that riding a pig?
Is that a giant pig? That's awesome if that is.
Looks like it. All right, Hobgoblins. A Infernal Dwarves Supplemental Armory Book. All right, army-specific rules. Warrior Vassals. The total combat score bonus gained by each player from duels from lost health points on an enemy unit and overkill is reduced by 1. So basically, this is like you throw a cheap character into a duel and you don't get the downside of it. I like that rule.
Huh. Yeah.
Army model rules. Iron Rain. Shooting attacks performed by models located in the target's flank or rear gain +1 to hit, +1 armor. Armor AP, +1 AP, I mean. So that's, your usual
That's pretty cool.
sneaking goblins up the flanks and shooting at your ranks and rear. It'd be cool if they, I don't know if the rest of the book, but they have scouts and skirmishers and ambushers. That would be really good.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what units that works on.
Armory, they've got Infernal Armor, which is the same as in the Infernal Dwarves book, right? I believe.
Yeah.
Blunderbuss, same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Flintlock Axe, same thing.
Yep.
Hobgoblin Scimitar, two-handed, +1 AP. In addition, attack made that are allocated toward large and beast, large and cav or gigantic at +2 strength.
Ooh, interesting. So it's like an anti-monster type thing.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, the Hereditary. Regular level 6 boosted is 11. Augment or boosted becomes a hex. The unit becomes unstable.
Interesting.
So that's, when would you really want to use that? When would that be crazy?
I guess if you get like flank charged and you don't want your unit to break, like run away, you just crumble a little bit. I'm trying to think where you'd want it as a hex, though.
I guess you're up against something super tough, and you win combat with rank with static res. You'd want to.
That's true. You just crumble it.
Yeah. Or hell, if they've got a character in a unit, like a big badass character, like a vampire, for instance, like a vampire equivalent, and you go in and just blow up the unit, and then he dies. Yeah.
That's true. Like a Mino Warlord, that would be really good against, because you just wipe out all the Minos, and then he crumbles to death. Interesting. I like that. That's a cool spell.
That's really interesting. I like that too. All right, special items. Weapon enchantments. Wicked Serrations. And you attach this to a Hobgoblin Scimitar. Single model units that have suffered a health point loss due to attacks from this weapon suffer -1 resilience and -1 attack until the end of the combat phase. So if you're swinging before them, this debuffs people that you do a wound to. That's pretty...
Yeah, assuming you put...
No, it's a single model. It's a single model. It's not a unit.
Oh, interesting. But you put this on like a character who swings before the rest of your brick, and you do an extra wound or whatever, or extra like debuff their toughness.
That's interesting. Armor Enchantments Elemental Plate is any suit of armor. Wearer gets 4-up Aegis against close combat attacks. The Aegis save cannot be used against close combat attacks made with a hand weapon. In addition, the wearer gains 4-up Aegis against flaming.
So it's good against
everything but hand weapons.
Yeah, which you're usually not too afraid of anyway. So
yeah, that's weird. I feel like that's situational for 65 points, but
yeah, that's a lot of points for 60. Like Destiny's Call is literally what, 5 points more?
Yeah,
and gives you a 4 Aegis against everything.
All right. Death's Head Aura. Suit of armor enchantment. If on foot, the wearer gains +2 armor. If mounted, the wearer gets +1 armor instead. In addition, the wearer gets Aegis 3-up to special attacks.
That would be good against things
like
that are worried about stomps or
you're up against
weapons.
What's the grinders and not brazen beasts and demons?
Wretched ones.
Yeah, or wretched ones.
Or
no, in the demon book.
Are the warriors, but the what are they called? The hoarders.
Yeah, hoarders. That's what it is. Yeah, very situational in my opinion. Banner enchantments. Green Tide Banner is Green Tide Banner. Predator Pendant. That's from another book, isn't it?
No, but it has a very similar effect as things in other books.
That sounds really familiar. The bearer's unit gains devastating charge distracting, which is, that's good. 45 points.
Yeah. Brass Bowl. It's the same.
Is that in the ID book?
Yeah, it's in the ID book.
Health point, and it gets toxic breath weapon. Yeah, that's good. Zartusht's Chains. Enemy units in base contact with the bearer get -2 defense. The roll for flee distance of units in base contact with the bearer's model is subject to minimize rolls.
I like that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's like you put that on like a strikey unit, like a cav unit, and then you get them to you win combat and try to get them to break.
Yeah, -2 defense means you're probably hitting them on 3s at minimum.
Yeah. All right, core is at minimum 25, special nothing, and then blotting the sun is at max 35%. Characters: the Shah. Infantry model. It's basically a goblin with Lord of the Plains, which is when joined by a mounted model. While joined by a mounted model with this rule, cavalry units gain Strider. Super nice. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's like a free Stalker standard.
Yeah. All your regular options.
He's a goblin with plate armor, basically.
Yeah, basically.
And can take 200 points special items.
Hobgoblin Conjurer.
This is your wizard.
Your wizard, adept or master. Infernal
Shamanism Wishfriend.
The model gains infernal armor and flintlock axe 3+. Its discipline is sent to 8, and it must select spells from Pyromancy. And that is 35 points. I mean, yeah, that's great.
You get a bump. It also means you could potentially take it as your general at that point, because discipline 8, you can kind of make work.
Well, yeah, there's plenty of room there for a crown of autocracy also.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to these mounts in a minute, but Hobgoblin Chief, someone who can hold a BSB. You can give them upgrades here. This is a free upgrade, Archery Commander. Units in line formation joined by the model never count as having moved for the purposes of volley fire.
So they can always volley fire pretty much if they're in line formation.
But doesn't volley fire not get... There's no minuses to volley fire for moving, right?
I believe I was gonna look that up real quick, just because I don't.
I've been playing that wrong then.
Volley fire. In addition, unless making a stand and shoot, models in line formation that have not moved shoot from an extra rank.
Oh, it's the extra rank part of it. I see.
Yeah.
Ooh, I've been cheating people out of. I've been doing extra 4 bow shots with my skink bow units to people.
Your best general is invalidated from Wicked GT.
Another upgrade is Cavalry Commander, which they can't have both of these, but the Cavalry Commander, the model must take a mount. Cavalry units containing one or more model with this rule gain devastating charge +1 advance rate. Again, another rule to help you charge.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah. Alright, mounts. A Mountain Wolf is 816, +1 to your armor, 2 attacks at strength 3, feigned flight, light troops. And it vanguards 6 inches.
Alright, that's not bad.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
A Bear Dog. 714 movement, +2 armor, 2 attacks at strength 4, harness, and it gets to stomp once, even though it's a standard cavalry.
It's pretty good. It's for your little heavier.
Yeah, just kind of like that's their heavy cab, it seems like. Plains Tusker. This is a Tusker, obviously. 614 causes fear, +2 armor, res 5. And the Tusker has 4 strength 5 attacks with D3 impact hits, and there's 3 Hobgoblin guys hanging on there with strength 3 attacks. With halberds,
the halberds strength 4.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, because it's T5,
good.
and you can, assuming you put it on the one of the main guys, it's you get easy to get a 1-up because it's +2 to the armor, and they start with plate. So
yeah, on a Shah, it's 225 points. It's pretty pricey, but
oh yeah, that is pricey then.
That's not a bad cowboy, that's on the Lord character. A Plains Tusker on the Wizard is 180, and on the Chief is 240.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I see it as like a pretty good cowboy.
Oh yeah, yeah. With +2 armor, that just really helps, and res 5.
Yeah. Easy to get a 1-up. Res 5.
All right, Alpha Carcadon. 610, fearless, 6 HP. This is a gigantic beast. 6 HP, res 6, 4 armor,
3 of armor.
MR2, interesting. 4 strength 6 attacks. Devastating charge +1 hit. Impact ticks D3 +1, and sharp horn. This is almost the same as a Stegodon.
This is like a Taurosaur, yeah.
Yeah.
With a built-in MR2. That's pretty good.
That's freaking great. I'd take that all day.
Yeah. So you don't have to buy an obsidian rock.
All right, core Hob levies. Scoring units 20 to 40. Set them up with paired weapons, a shield, a spear and shield, a bow, or a halberd and heavy armor. Interesting. And
scroll up a little bit. How much is it for the whole unit?
It is
price-wise
125 for 20 of them.
That's 20 models. That's pretty cheap.
Good. They're discipline 7, which is nice. And they have Iron Rain. What was Iron Rain again? Oh, that's the shooting.
That was the
shooting bonus,
extra shooting if you're in the flank. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, you can do a lot with that. The different weapon options.
Yeah, it's pretty versatile. Yeah. Hob Slingers, 10 to 20, 125 points base. Light troops, skirmish, vanguard 6, hard target 1, boiling oil, iron rain, paired weapon, sling on a 4+. Boiling oil is if one or more simultaneous attack and boiling oil hit. Each resolve these. After resolving these attacks, the target unit gains 1 boiling oil marker. This is the same as ID, right?
No. Ours is incendiary. This looks like a unique thing. That's kind of cool though, because then it makes it count in the rear arc.
Oh, that's interesting. So it just helps out the other shooting.
The Iron Rain, so it helps proc the Iron Rain.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool. I like that.
That's interesting. And it slings 18 inches one shot, strength 3. When shooting at short range, the strength attacker is rated to 4. So it's kind of like a Sylvan bow, but shorter range.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I like that boiling oil. That's pretty cheap too. A little bit more expensive here.
Yeah, $1.25 for 10 guys. Yeah. All right, moving on to special Mountain Wolf Cav. 5 to 15, 170 points base. It's 8 to 16. These guys are Feigned Flight. We talked about the mount. It's basically the same as the mount. And that's it. And they have bows.
Get a lance.
Bows and lances.
So strength 5. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, they're not like super heavy cav, but they're your light cav. Chaff for 170.
Yeah, they're only 4 up armor, so it's not that good actually.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's kind of the quasi hybrid fast cav and heavy cav.
Yeah, because they still are strength 5 on the charge. It's not terrible, but I think this is your chaff unit still. At 170, that's pretty good.
Hob Cataphracts.
Here's your heavy cav.
These are the bear dogs. Armor 2 heavy, so it's a 2-up armor save. They have bows and lances and paired weapons. Weapon master. 1 attack apiece. Strength 3. Yeah, this is just your heavy cav with also chav shooting.
Yeah.
280.
They start with 10 too, so that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, for 280, that's not horrible.
For 10 2-up cav models.
All right, moving on. The Eternals.
Go more cav.
These are bigger, badder, heavy cav.
Yeah, interesting. Because they're also 2-up.
Yeah, and these guys have the Hobgoblin Scimitar, so they're taking out big guys. Like,
they're anti-large stuff.
They'll be strength 5 against big guys, strength 3 against normal guys, normal infantry.
Did the Scimitar do anything else against non-large stuff?
No, just plus 1 AP.
Just okay.
Till they'll be AP 1.
I feel like the other guys are just better though.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because you get a lance, right? So that's
you get a lance and a bow. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing, but this just seems worse.
All right, here we go. Tusker Mahoots.
All right.
3 to
this
5.
Is your big Tusker unit.
Tusker, 3 guys on there. Yeah, they're just
3-up armor.
They're just Tuskers coming in heavy.
Jeez, that's a lot of attacks though. 4 from the mount, 3 from the guys up top, and a D3 impact hits and a stomp.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
It's a not as good Tusker from the Ogre Con's book.
But they're T5, whereas the Ogre Con ones are only T4. Oh, no,
really?
Those are T5 also.
No, those are T5.
No, they're T5.
I thought they were T5, but I could be wrong.
I feel like that's a misprint. They're only 1 hit point. I feel like
actually, I saw
right.
It's 3.
Okay, so then yeah, it's the exact same as the Ogre ones. Like literally the exact same. Because it's 3 attacks, strength 4 from the guys up top, and 4 attacks from the mount.
Interesting. Cause fear and a scoring. These could be great scoring darts if you want to call them a dart, but like.
Yeah, you 1 unit, and just. I mean, that's a lot of attacks on the charge.
And also, it can operate independently because it's got Discipline 8 and the rest of the unit's got.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. Tyrannical Disciples. What a great name.
I like the name. Yeah, that's good.
Infantry unit. Their bodyguard, Drum Goyag. Gogyag. What's that?
I don't know what that is. We haven't got to that yet.
Devotees of Tyranny. Any model, the model gains Fearless and Frenzy while engaged in combat. In addition, use consisting entirely of models with Devotees of Tyranny, and if applicable, a Drum Gogyag may reroll failed charge ranges for the charge phase. So yeah, again, helping you charge. They get +1 attack on the
Devastating
charge.
charge, +1 attack, and hatred. Well, that's interesting, right? Because you get a bunch of really crappy strength 3 attacks. You can't give them any weapon to boost their strength. So paired weapons, they'd have 3 attacks on the charge.
Unit. This is a weird unit.
It's strange. And it's super cheap. You get 20 models for 135.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. I wonder what the Drumgoy Gog does.
Well, we got him right here. 0 to 3 in a unit. He's a gigantic beast. 60 by 100 millimeter base.
Oh, jeez.
He's a musician. He's not a leader. He's a war platform.
So he can go in that unit. Makes sense.
4 attacks from the drummers. 4 attacks from him.
The beast
Strength 5.
Thing, I'm guessing.
And the giant drum. The model must be deployed in and can only join Blasted Plains Emissaries, Hob Levies, or Tyrannical Disciples units. The model can never voluntarily leave its unit. In addition, the range of the models march to the beat and to enemy units that required a march test due to the drums units extended to 12 inches. So it's a better musician.
Okay. It can take a standard.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Only a 20-point standard. That's weird.
Yeah, weird.
Oh, no. No. Yeah, it can take a regular standard. Yeah, but it's 20 points.
You can't take a... Yeah.
Has this not been updated? No, this has been updated, so it's just more expensive standard.
Yeah, so it's just extra.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
You can just make this.
A lot of space in a unit too.
You can just make these Tyrannical Disciples stubborn and give them another standard, right?
Yeah, and make them reroll charge distances.
Interesting. Blotting the sun. So obviously the shooting. But most of the units we've already seen have bows. This was interesting.
Yeah.
Blasted Plains Emissaries. This is an infantry unit, 20 to 30. Scoring, infernal armor, and a shield. So they're 4-up armor. And
3-up armor.
I'm sorry, yes, 3-up armor, and
that's pretty good.
You get your choice of shooting weapons on these guys.
That's pretty good.
So it's just like, yeah, it's heavy shooters.
If you can, with the Iron Rain rule, so you can combine that with the like slinger guys to make your flintlock axes hit on 3s. It's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That is actually really good.
Or the Blunderbuss is on 4s too.
So this is Blasted Plain Emissaries, Sky Mountain Emissaries.
Alright. Cavalry.
Ooh, 40 by 60 mil bases. That's a weird size.
That's a very strange size.
2 HP. They're basically these weird cav models that have a saddle cannon, which is 24-inch range, shots D6, strength 4, AP 2, quick to fire. So that's kind of
like
yeah, it's like a what are they called?
Whatever they're called, Ogre Kingdoms.
Yeah. Ogre Con. Wow, I can't remember the name.
The Bombardiers.
Bombardiers, thank you.
Oh yeah.
And they still have a 3+ armor.
With the 3, they don't have the Iron Rain rule though.
Oh, no, they
can't increase that to hit score, but it's still. You could take. Holy crap! You take 8 of them in a unit. That'd be huge. 8 D6 shots. Jesus.
That's a lot, yeah. That's actually
that would be a very. That's a very expensive unit though.
But that would be like.
They're 77. That's like 800 points.
Colossal Camel. I like the name of the mount. Colossal Camel.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Actually, I think I'd run that. That's a cool unit.
Yeah.
A ballista. War machine. It's regular. It's a regular bolt thrower, but it gets Iron Rain.
So again, you could buff the hit roll down to a 3-up.
Mm-hmm.
For 100 points. That's not bad.
Yeah. You can only have 2 in the army though. And that's it.
That's it. Interesting.
So let me go back to that Iron Rain rule. It was +1 to hit and +1 to wound?
It's fun.
+1 to hit and +1 AP. Okay.
Okay.
But that +1 to hit on the ballistas is nice.
Yeah, what lores could they take again? I'm trying to think, like what synergy you can make with this army, besides the shooting.
Pyro, shamanism,
fire.
witchcraft. I think the witchcraft would be best.
Yeah, witchcraft gives you the Raven's Wing, because everything seemed like it was pretty maneuverable. The 6 spell now lets you reroll the wound with ranged attacks.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
That's really cool. And then Pyromancy is always a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a weird list. It's really shooty, but also I wouldn't say hitty, but maneuverably shooty. It's almost a lot like Makar, but different. But tougher. It's like Makar Raiders, but tougher.
Yeah.
A lot of armor.
You just take. I don't know what you take in the core. You're gonna have to just big blocks in the core, I guess, because they don't have a lot of core options, right? They just have
the Hob levies and the slingshot guys.
Slingers.
Yeah.
And that's it. So you're gonna take a lot of points.
And you have to do 25%.
1125. So you're gonna take like 3 big blocks of these just to get to core points.
Yeah, that's a good point. And you can only take 2 of these slingers.
Yeah, if you're running witchcraft though, then you spear and shield, and then you take wheels turns. Your big blocks, like that ends up being pretty decent.
Yeah, I feel like just run some big blocks, get some shooting going, and then when they get in, try to get wheel turn off.
Yeah, and then you just take a lot of the.
But the one heavy cap. What was the discipline of the chav? Of the Shah, I mean? 9. Okay,
9. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take him on the bear dog thing in a big unit of.
I think I'd rather take the Tuskers. I'd rather take the Tuskers than the bear dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather take the Tusker Mahouts. Yeah, take Tusker Mahouts, and then I really want to take these. What are they called? The Sky Mountain Emissaries. I want that.
You get 3 units of them too.
I think these guys are fantastic, and they're on camels. That's awesome.
Just run that. That's all you need. Just 3 units of 8 of those, and that's 2,500 points. And you shoot 24 d6 shots a turn.
And then 2 ballistas, of course. It's 100 points. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Try to do your best at shooting the character out of the sky when you see it.
Yeah, I feel like this list could struggle against cowboys.
Yeah.
You don't have snipes. You don't have super. I mean, strength 4 AP2 is not bad from them, and the Blunderbuss is strength 5 AP3. I guess you could take a lot of the Blunderbuss guys, and then get the Iron Rain buff on it, and just hope to.
Hold on, this drum Gog Yag can also. What were the other units it said it can go into? Blasted Plane Emissaries, which are the shooters and the special shooters, are the blotting out the sun shooters, and then the core Hob levies. Yeah. Would you want to put this in your core?
It doesn't do anything for the core unit though, right? Like it doesn't buff them at all besides the extra anti-march range.
Just the anti-march range and a second banner, that's all it does, yeah.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. It takes up a ton of space though, right? 'Cause that's 3 by 5, that's 15 model space. I guess you take him in like bus formation with a parry block and get like the Legion standard on him, just as like a tar pit almost.
No, you wouldn't put him in line formation then because you don't get rate bonus. But yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know.
I definitely try out this list, and I kind of like the lore. I like the lore of it too. It's like the Hobgoblins kind of vassals underneath the Infernal Dwarves, and this has got their own little army, and they're going out and doing things. I like it. So before we end this video, I actually asked Aaron this recently, and he said he's undecided. Actually, he didn't give me a straight answer, to be honest. When's the point when supplemental books like this and all the 3 other ones that are out, When's the point where they should be allowed in like real tournaments? And when I say real tournaments, I mean like big ones, and then also like theoretically the U.S. Masters. When should these be allowed? Should they not be?
I don't know. That's tough because you have to test them enough to make sure they're balanced before you. I mean, I think any small tournament, like sub 40 people, should allow these books. I mean, they don't seem too over the top strong. I know there's some broken combinations in some of the other books, but if people want to, I mean, I'm all about growing the hobby, so if people want to bring their cool customized Hobgoblin army, then that's fine.
Yeah, I agree. I'm on board with that. I think we should use these as much as possible so we do get the data to balance them, but
yeah. And then I feel like at some point you can put them in the Masters ETC level tournaments, but I don't see why any regular tournament shouldn't allow books like this. I don't see anything in here that seems to be super broken.
Yeah, nothing seems crazy. I mean, it's just a shooty list that has a little bit to hit back when you get there.
Yeah.
And it's not even that shooty. It's a lot of bows. It's a lot of... There's no poison. There's not a lot of AP shooting. I mean, the flintlock axes are good, but
magic doesn't seem too crazy over the top.
What's the rule for Blunderbuss again? Let me see here.
It's just strength 5, AP 3, no accurate march to shoot, quick to fire, no stand and shoot penalty. But it's only 12-inch range, so you gotta get real close.
It's an interesting idea. Give them to those elite shooters and just march them up, shoot, and flee on the charge.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think.
Well,
it'd be cool to play around with.
Yeah. Thank you for joining me. We'll make this a nice little quick and sweet video. But I'm stoked for this. This video should be coming out the day it is released, which is the 27th of May.
Okay, cool.
And
try these guys out on UB.
Yeah, you should. Wait, last question. Should I allow supplemental books at the North American Team Championships?
Yeah,
my
I
tournament.
don't see. I mean, theoretically, you're going to get what, maybe 2 or 3 people that want to play these random books, which is why I don't have a problem with it, because you're not going to see 15 Hobgoblin books show up, right? Because people don't actually have the armies for it. So I don't see why not. I don't think it seems super broken or anything like that. So I think you should.
All right. Yet to be decided, but thank you for the suggestion. Well, anyway, thank you for joining me. Anyone who's still watching this, please like and subscribe, and everyone have a good evening. Thank you, Ben, for jumping on.
See you guys. Yep, have a good one.